Fall back. Good morning, Starshines. Good morning, good morning. Early's here. Early is discontent with my current stream setup, but she's here. So thank you, Kali, for pouring my coffee. Let's just get that done. And Kali gets a heart. And a flower, because it's cauliflower. And a coworker appreciation for Earls. Hi, Earls. Glenn is around. He's actually on my feed at the moment, so I'm sure he will make an appearance at some point. Little Chaos. Hi, Chaos Bane. Yeah, I know. Okay. No, okay. Chaos Bane. I have all of my supplies for... Do not sniff that. Get off that. I have all my supplies for Moon's FFO party. Speaking of, hi Moon! Welcome in! I have all of my supplies set up next to me, and Glenn is very interested in literally everything. There we go. Earls? Well, Kali, thank you for pouring my coffee. Your name is on my coffee. early just says no. Glenn, I swear to God. Oh, okay, that's fine. But yes, I have like everything I need. I did one last pass this morning. I went and I grabbed my, like, I pulled out all of my ribbon, all of my twine. I found some ribbon that I forgot I had, because I knew I had gotten some, like, spring Easter ribbon. I have this little box that's going to become something. I'm very excited about that. But I have, like, some cute ribbons. This carrot one probably won't get used, but I love this burlap one. I am being tormented by pale cats right now. Thank you, Lady K. And hey, Shazi, welcome in. Oh, Toot, if I could get a shouty for Shazi, I need to add them to my list. We're just giving Earl some chin screechies. Chin screechies. And so I got started a little bit early. Everything that I need for the FFO party is like all washed and pressed, but I actually started on this one a little bit early. So this is my safe space pillow. Ta-da! So Shazi and Tangled by Design. I know, guys. All right. Earl. Did they mute my mic? They muted my mic. Hi. Okay. If I run out of things to FFO, Toot has many moths. Yes, and I might just like FFO those anyways. I'm kind of on a roll. So, okay, Earls. I love you. You have to go over here now. Glenn, do not death from above onto your sister. What do you have to say? He has nothing to say. Okay. Dear God. So this is my safe space pillow. I still have to... Oh my God. I still have to sew up this hole. But this is the fabric that I found for the back. I absolutely love it. It's so cute. It's actually, like, I cut this on the bias, which I know you're not super supposed to do, but I think it looks a lot better on the diagonal than straight up and down or straight across. So I cut this on the bias, and then, yeah, I think that really nicely matches the bias stripes there early. I swear to God. If you end stream... Yeah, Toot says this has been our life for the last month and a half. It's Glenn. All right. So I got started on this early, and so I just need to sew it up. But I've got a pile of stuff that needs FFOing. I'm very excited. One thing that may or may not get FFO'd today. This is the bird wall start that we had last week. It was a super quick stitch. So you guys remember, I had just done the throat, and I was trying to get you guys to guess what bird it was. And I think Muffin finally came up with Jemima Puddle Duck. She's very small. Like, she's very tiny. This is an 18 count fabric, which makes it even tinier, but she's very small. This fabric I dyed myself. So it's just kind of like a scrap. And And yeah, I did the hi baby. Thanks, Shazzy. It's a character from the Beatrix Potter. From Beatrix Potter. Her name is Jemima Puddle Duck. She's a duck, not a goose. A duck. But yeah, and then she's got like the very 80s, 90s backstitch going on. And in the pattern, her side eye was incredibly bombastic. But the way that I did it, it turned out really cute, I think. So yeah, I love her. I love her so much. And she's little and tiny, and I think maybe just like a little oval would be really cute. Ba-doop. With some like, I have some like lacy trim, I don't know. But this is a maybe because I just finished it. But yeah, this is just a little scrap I hand dyed. That's why there's like so much of a margin, because the piece was already this big. I didn't cut it. So yeah. Like if I had known she was gonna turn it so small, I probably would have just used like half of it, and then I could have done like the Tailor of Gloucester on the other side. But I have some more matching Ada that I can do another Beatrix Potter. I have 8 or 9 more patterns for Beatrix Potter characters that are in the similar style. Yeah, so FFO party. You guys should come. It's gonna be fun. That's this afternoon. But I've got a whole pile of stuff over here. I washed and pressed everything, so it's all ready to go. I just need to FFO it. I'm hype. I'm stoked. Okay, so Glenn is on the back of my chair. Early is here. You can see her paw. This is Early's paw. Between my drinks. Hopefully everyone stays there. Toot, you like my needle minder? And also, Mike, I saw your comment. I assume you sewed the safe space pillow by hand. I did sew it by hand, yes. We have a sewing machine. I don't use it because I'm sewing machine cursed. You know how like some people are just cursed by the gods to never be able to use a sewing machine? Glenn. That's one of me. That's one of me. That's what I am. I am cursed by the gods. That's okay. Yeah, Lady K gets it. Oh, sorry, Earls. Alright, maybe if I move the camera over, I will disturb Early less. My goodness. Alright. So welcome, everyone. Slightly chaotic start to stream. But, hi. Good morning. It's Saturday morning stitching. So I hope you guys are nice and cozy, comfy. You got your coffee or your, you know, apple juice or your fruit smoothie, your beverage of choice. Got some breakfast. Shazzy says, Mr. Shazzy asked what gets done with the cross stitch once it's done. I was showing him some of the tangles since she sent me pics and sent me one last night. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, that's what the party this afternoon is for in Moon Surveyors. We're all gonna take the stuff that we've made and turn it into like finished for going up on the wall, displays, things like that. This is one that I did as like a test. I don't know why I said test like that. But this is a little finish I did. It's a take on a pretty standard finish, but usually this background would be fabric. However, I used a piece of scrapbook paper. So this is just a little, and it just like kind of sits there. I could do a hangy bit so it could hang, but this is just a shop sample. I'm not going to actually put it up. So it's going to sit in a little display, just like that. And then I've got the pillow, and something is going to go on this box. This little jewelry box type thing. I'm excited for that one. I think that one's going to be really cute. So yeah, and if you will be hanging out with us during the FFO party, I will not have any cats. I am kicking all of the cats out of the room because I will be using hot glue and craft knives and an iron, and I don't want potential burns, cuts, bruises, scabs, anything like that. So I will be cat free. So everyone wish Toot luck. Out of the house, no, out of the office. Because Toot will have to. Sorry. Ow, Glenn. Glenn just fell off the back of my chair and tried to stop his fall by digging into my back. Sorry for the loud, guys. I'm so sorry. So yeah, everyone wish Toot luck. It's true. Toot says I'll be fine. Glenn loves me. It's true. I get Chaos Glenn and Toot gets Cute Cuddle Glenn. And then, so when on days when I'm working, I keep work hours for the Cozy DH Stitchery. So when I'm working, I'm down in my office and Toot is down in the living room. And then we'll come together to cohab. And like Glenn will just be Chaos in my office, Cute with Toot, and then I'll go down and join Toot in the living room, and Glenn brings the chaos. It's me. I create the chaos in Glenn. He is fine until I'm around. He helped me make chili this morning. I think so, like cats, you know, cats have a person and then the spare human. That's kind of the running gag. I think Glenn has his human, who is Toot, but then he really wants to be my friend, so he's like showing off for me. I think that's what it is. Like, I think he really wants to impress me, which is why he's getting into everything around me. He knows he's got mama. Yes, Moon, he did get into the chili. And then, when I put the lid on the crock pot, he jumped on the lid of the crock pot and was like, why is there a clear force field between me and the beans? I wish the beans. I would like some zucchini, please. Zucchini? Beans? Zucchini beans? This boy. And then I was making a bowl of cereal for Toot, and he was like all up in that too. Not even before I had poured the milk. He wasn't going after the milk. He wanted the Chex. Just the dry ass Chex. It's cat, I swear to God. You work so hard to make you biscuits and you can't share beans? Wow. Yep. I will not share beans. I hoard beans. I am a bean hoarder. Yuna loves the Lucky Charms cereal. I think because it's like kibble-like. You know what I mean? Lady K says, I'm impressed he isn't in air jail permanently. My arm would get tired. My arm would get tired. I'm glad I'm not alone in the craft room chaos causing. Chelsea has a cat who loves donuts. It's genetic. And yes, last night Toot said he's just learning how to make biscuits and was making them on my chest so hard last night that he was pushing me backwards. Yeah, he's like practicing his biscuit making. He doesn't quite know how to make biscuits, but he's definitely trying. He did it to me this morning on my bicep while we were cuddling. Cause like my bicep, not so muscly. There's a lot of like extra stuff to knead around there. So he was making some hardcore biscuits. And yeah, Early loves fruit. She doesn't really like eat fruit, but she'll lick the heck out of fruit. If you offer her like a strawberry or something. Speaking of, did I get Pow's food dish on camera? Is the question of the day. I did. Did you already finish your egg, Miss? Yeah, I see no egg there. I gave Pow an egg about half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago. It's gone. There's no more egg. Sprite loves eating fruit. Your angel girl loved eating watermelon. Cats are weird, man. One of your kitties loves french fries. Yeah, Gigi loves french fries. He will do anything for the French. Lettuce, celery leaves, kale, spinach, and she always wants the green onions but cannot have those. Yeah. The crunchy leaves. Binks will get into the crunchy leaves. And we try so hard not to feed our babies human foods, but sometimes they're so cute that you just kind of have to let them get away with it. And the worst part is they know that they're so cute that they can sometimes get away with it. Yes, Toot and Gigi used to share the, you know, like the salted seaweed snacks. Gigi would get the leaves. I have also caught them Lady and the Tramping tortilla chips in bed, so... Why not? I'm working with one strand, and I find that it does not less frequently, which is very nice. Karma for spilling your secrets. Binks has a thing for black olives, but you go berserk every time you open a can of them. Amazing. See, like, our kids have never really had canned food that needed to be, like, opened with the whir. So they don't respond to the can opener. They do respond to anything that's got, like, a poppy lid, because they think that that's wet food. Gwen is back from checking on Cthulhu, and he wants me to tell you all. Thank you, please. Thank you for the message. Moon says we limit what we give Yuna because of her diet, but Commander will sometimes give her the unseasoned proteins we cook. So whenever we're eating, she always goes to him. Yeah, she knows who the sucker is. She knows. Which reminds me, I've got chicken breasts in the freezer that I meant to poach for Pow, which I need to do at some point. Pow loves chicken and egg. I think a lot of people don't realize that her species of tortoise will basically eat anything. They just prefer leafy greens and fruit. So sometimes I'll poach chicken just in water, no seasoning, no nothing, and give that to her, and she absolutely loves it. Lulu's a fluffy boy, and you brushed an entire monkey off of him when you were over there. What is her species of tortie? I actually have a command if you do !POW, but she is a redfoot tortoise, which is a species that is native to South America. They live in the jungles and the rainforests, and she will basically eat anything. So whatever kind of falls to the forest floor, that's what they eat. They forage, which is why her species eats a lot more fruit and veg than others. So something like a desert tortoise would eat mostly leafy greens, whereas her diet is about 30% fruit. And I try and give her a variety of leafy greens. Like right now on the camera, you can see she's got kale, bok choy, and Swiss chard, along with some baby tomatoes. She's 11 or 12. We're not entirely sure exactly, but she's still a juvenile. She's still a baby, so she's got a lot more growing to do. Pow desperately wishes to be a glenivore. Yeah. Pow wishes to be let loose. She's not in that enclosure to keep her safe from the cats. She's in there to keep the cats safe from her. It was a tentative agreement to allow you to brush. Glenn, baby, why are you obsessed with sitting right there? Oh, you wish to be friends with Early. He is looking longingly at Early, just like, be my friend. Please be my friend. Ooh, be my friend. I'm gonna have to take the lint roller to everything I just washed for the FFO party. That's okay. I have to do that anyways. Everything I like frame, if something's going behind glass or up on the wall, I have to lint roll them as the very, very, very last step, like seconds before it goes behind the glass, or else there will be cat fur on it. There could be no cat in the room, and there will be some fur on it somehow. Shazzy says, Mr. Shazzy is behind me at his desk looking at car parts and stuff. There's a big orange cat on the corner of his desk that demands pets from both of his parents. Well, then you have to give him pets. That is what you do. This is the way. So I haven't even talked about what I'm stitching on yet. I've just been stitching away. This is Retro Games from Colorfully Sarah. I am stitching it 1/1 on 20 count Ada. I love 20 count Ada. It's my new obsession, along with linen. I think I like the 20 count linen slightly more than I like the linen. The 20 count Ada more than I like the linen. Hey Luna, welcome in. Because it's super teeny tiny and really satisfying, but also you don't have to do as much counting because it's still Ada. I got some 20 count black and some 20 count mossy green that I'm going to play with. I'm very excited. But I kind of want to get this one finished before I start another personal project. And then I've got one more marketplace sample that I'm stitching up. So that is taking up most of my stitching time. And then I wanted to pick this guy up after I finished Jemima. But yeah, it's called Retro Games. I, at one point, had all of the colors kitted up. I went to kit it up again because I went into hibernation for a little bit. And I think most of the colors are in Toot's box because I could only find 4 of them, including white. And I've already finished one of them, so yeah. But Toot says good. Luna says my Ada got squished in the mail, but thankfully it's not that noticeable once stitched on. Oh, that's good. And Charlie is deep in your full coverage hyperfixation. It's all you want to work on. I get that. I get that when like something just grabs you and you're like, this is my life now. This is who I am. I am John full coverage. Chazzy knows how to cross stitch, but haven't done it in years. Your current hyperfixation is diamond art. Yes, you do some lovely diamond art paintings. I've seen some of your. I mean, I watch yours and Tangled's cross streams, not crafting streams. And yeah, so I like watching you work on the diamond painting. Diamond painting has always been like kind of interesting to me, but I think we have too many cats. Can you imagine trying to diamond paint around Glenn? KDK says all floss belongs to Toot. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Get in there. Okay. Tell me, oh pattern, what color am I doing next? Okay. I think I actually have all the colors to... oh, except for that one. I can finish the Tamagotchi. Okay. I can finish the Tamagotchi and I can finish the screen of the Game Boy. So let's do that. So like this kind of gives you an idea of the scale of this on the 20 count Ada. It's so teeny tiny. I love it. Tiny diamonds everywhere. Visions of bedazzled cats. You have 7 cats in a box under your desk where they take turns. Ooh, cat trap. Yeah, exactly, Moon, cat trap. Your sister diamond paints around cats and a young boy and on a couch with a laptop. That sounds like playing with fire. But yeah, if you guys are familiar with Colorfully Sarah, she does these kinds of like small cute rounds. I have so many patterns by her that I want to do. And then I found another creator, another artist who does very similar ones, called Alvin Studio. Oh, so cute. Alvin Studio is a similar vibe, but like larger motifs. Because these are all fairly small motifs and more balanced, but in a piece the same size, Alvin Studio would have like 3 large things instead of, 8 small to mid-sized things. So it's a little bit of a different vibe. Oh goodness, I have to catch up on chat. Hi Jilly, welcome in. Hey Jilly. Luna is still working on 14 count. We haven't ventured much outside of that. I honestly did not for a really long time. I think it's the ADHD or else I'd still be working on 14 count. But once I discovered that like other things existed, I wanted to see. I want to see the big wide world. thank you, Jilly, for asking. That's where I was going with talking about this, and then got completely distracted. And Gwen is planning on working on either Keeper the Drowned or mend alpaca once you finish breakfast. Ooh. I mean, Keeper the Drowned would be thematic, but also, I know mend alpaca is a Sal that you want to keep up with, so. As I said, I used to diamond paint on the bed before I got my PC and desk. Mr. Shashi would wake up with random diamonds on him. See, I would wake up, if Toot diamond painted, I would not wake up with random diamonds. I would wake up with very deliberately placed diamonds. There would just be diamonds. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys a technique that I sometimes use. So you know how a buried start, you start stitching and then you stitch over the tail? So sometimes I do like a pre-buried start where I will start by sliding my needle under stitches as if I'm burying the end, and then I just start stitching so that they're already covered. Kind of like a reverse buried finish. I don't know if that's like a thing, but that's what I do. I don't know why. I started doing it for a specific reason on something, because it was just a lot easier. I think I started doing it when I was working on Enchantress, because it was just a lot easier, but I have kept doing it for some reason. A pre-buried start, yeah, exactly. I pre-bury my start. You do have to be a little bit careful with that because your first stitch, if you pull too hard, you will pull it straight out. But as soon as I feel that like bit of resistance, I stop, and then I just keep stitching. That I thought that was the definition of a buried start, to be honest. Oh, okay, yeah. Buried start is just when you stitch over the ends. And Toot is stitching on her Chucky moth, which I'm assuming that you're stitching all black at this point. BTH Shazzled. Yep, that's me. Mike is working on Snake Spear. Luna's almost finished the shoot for the moon motif. And then you get to work on your infinity between paws and planets. I love Infinity Bear. Bot? Hello? My bot is having a moment there. Turtles? I know, you can't get down on your own. We love Infinity Bear. We do. Amanda was a great support when I was just getting started. We haven't chatted lately, but I keep up with her work. Infinity! Here we go. If you guys are interested. I do love her style, it's great. And the latest drop in the shop is actually not $sign drop. It's the remastered, re-released Pronoun Moths. So if you guys have been wanting to stitch that, it's June's freebie from 2 years ago. And I went and all new files, all new colors, all new everything. I did some suggestions for palettes if you want to do like an NB moth or a trans moth, something like that. So yeah, that is the latest drop in the shop. It's on the coffee and the Patreons. And Toot is working on 310 on both Witchy Stitchers. Oof. Yeah, that's right. Both of your your non-shop samples are Witchy Stitcher at the moment. Luna says, I love her style. I plan on getting more of her stuff. Absolutely, you should. She's fantastic. If you join her, if you sign up for her newsletter, she does little newsletter freebies, which are so cute. One thing I really love about Infinity Bear, Amanda, she does her pixel process videos, where it's like a behind the scenes look at how she puts together her patterns, and like you can see when she adds stuff and takes stuff away and like rearranges motifs, and that's really cool. And like I really admire it because I've tried doing that for a couple of my designs, and like that's a lot of work, and she does it for almost every design. And it's very impressive that she not only gets the design out and stitched but also does those little videos, so I think those are really cool. Hey Muffin, welcome in. Muffin, I wanted to show you. My puddle duck's done. There she is. She's so cute. Jilly's gonna get some flowers and other bits from the shop. Alright, have a good one, Jilly. Yeah, so we started this, well, we didn't start this on stream, but we had just started it. I had just done the throat last week on stream. She's very small. Let me move this. So she is, I can give you, this is 18 count fabric. See. Both of these patterns look so much bigger than they are in real life. Yes. So, I mean, part of that is the fabric. So this is an 18 count, and she is... She's only 40 by 66 stitches. So she's not very large. And then Retro Games is like 100 and something. No, 85. Okay. So yeah, so she's only 40 by 66 stitches on an 18 count, so she's super tiny. And then the Retro Games is 85 by 85 on a 20 count, so it's also just super tiny, both on purpose and by accident. So yeah, I've got like a whole stack of finishes over here. I'm getting ready for Moon's party. Glenn, hang on. Sorry about that, guys. That was actually Glenn and Early. I closed the door, so Early's in here with me. Glenn's out there, just giving them a little bit of space to breathe. They're still figuring things out. Like Toot said, Glenn's been here for a month and a half, so like we're not super concerned about little scuffles like this. They're still figuring out where they are in the hierarchy, especially because Sam, Gigi, and Glenn have a very like distinct hierarchy, whereas Early and Binks are like the bog witches now. So Glenn just doesn't know how they fit in. and he doesn't know like how they fit in with him, how he fits in with them, that kind of thing. So they're still just figuring stuff out. But every now and then they do need a timeout. When it gets to that point, that's when we break it up. I know, Earls. You're okay. You're okay, baby girl. She's curled up on my feet now. We might see her back here, but... I will give her some appreciation when she's a little bit calm. I'm gonna give her some space to just chill, but I will appreciate her when she's feeling better. It says the loss of Bella really put the colony into chaos. She was the matriarch, but it looks like Sam might be stepping into that role. Yeah. So Bella was the matriarch, and we lost her about 2 months ago. So, and then Binks was dealing with some health issues, which are now on the mend. So she wasn't really in a spot to step up as the matriarch, and I don't even know if she's interested in the position. But it looks like Sam is kind of taking on that role of leader of the colony, and I think Binks is more happy with her Bog Witch role. She's kind of joined early in that category. Luna says, I visit my mom's a lot with my cat Stormy, and it took a while for my mom's elderly cat to get used to young kitty energy. That's part of it too. Glenn is many energy. Many energy. But it's definitely been interesting watching the colony shift and change and try to adjust not only to the new kitten but also to the loss of the two founding members. So yeah, it's been interesting. I'm sure Moon will be over the moon next time she comes so she can observe it in person. It's like, I sometimes feel very Jane Goodall, like observing the colony. Did you split? What is going on? Oh. Oh. It's not. Please hold. I think this is just going to be a pull through and snip on the other side, not. Forgot that that this stand I can flip on. As he says, the most mine get along when I'm trying to get to the bathroom and they decide to all stop in one spot. Yeah. Yeah, when they gang up on you like that. No human can pee unprotected in a house with cats. It is the law. Also, observe my back. I was gonna say don't look at my back, it's shameful. But look at my back, it's shameful. Look at my back. Behold my back. Look upon it, ye neat backers, and weep. I do like to show my back as kind of like a, hey, if your back's a little bit messy, it's okay. There are reasons for not wanting a messy back. especially if you're going to be framing it, because a lot of people say that a messy back will make it more difficult to frame because it'll be lumpy when you like press it into the board. I've never encountered that, so your mileage may vary, but other than that, it's really a matter of preference. Some people enjoy having a neat back, and other people don't care. That's me. And it's just how you enjoy the hobby. I know, Earls, you're okay. I might keep her in with me during the event. I don't know. Speaking of events, I haven't talked about this nearly enough. I just did my promo for it on Instagram, like too late because the event's sold out. But you guys haven't heard, Toot and I were invited to be the special guest at the Keymat Stitch Days. Keymat is our LNS, and they hold these like mini stitch retreats a few times a year. I think 4 times a year. And yeah, they invited us to be the special guest. So I am going to be giving a little talk. I mean, I'm assuming that I'm going to be giving the talk and that Toot will not be giving the talk. But I'm going to give a little speech after lunch, and we're also going to have a table set up with our wares, which is going to be the very first time we've done something like that, because we have our little we have our little like display at Coffin Creek with our kits, but we've never like set up a table and sold stuff before. It's not going to be a mainline thing for us. It's going to be a very like once in a blue moon occasional thing. But I'm really, really excited because it feels very like grown-up-y and very like, I don't know, legit, if that makes sense. I'm really, really excited. So that's actually happening next weekend. So they didn't give us a ton of time to prepare for it. Like less than they would usually give someone, I think. But yeah, where did my mouse go? Is it on the ground? Did it get knocked over? Oh dear. I have no control over anything. Please hold. Hi, baby girl. Oi. Oh, no, seriously, where did my mouse go? But yeah, it's so cool. I'm so excited because I found a printer, like a legit small business, not Staples printer, who is local to us, who the prices are about 2/3 of what Staples is. And like when you're talking about an individual pattern, it's the difference of $1 per pattern versus $1.50 per pattern, $1.60 per pattern. But that adds up. So we're saving a lot of money. They're also doing new business cards for us. And I was so excited. So Staples only offers folding services if you're getting like plain paper. They don't offer folding services for cardstock, which obviously our patterns are cardstock. The printer is going to fold them for us. I don't have to fold the patterns. I'm so excited. I have not talked to them about Halloween yet, but I would really love if we could do Halloween with them too. Because their next Stitch Day is Halloween. No, not their next one. Their next one is August 22nd, which is also kind of funny because that's mine and Toot's anniversary. But that's our anniversary. But also that weekend is Needlework Marketplace. So yeah, I definitely will be busy that weekend. But yeah, you can check out Keymat there. If you're in Southern Ontario and you're interested, they do have the information for the next couple of Stitch days up. But yeah, I'm really excited. It's really, really cool. And like, cause I was kind of like low key thinking of attending maybe, and then they just reached out of nowhere and were like, hey, do you want to be our featured thing? And you can do all this stuff. And I'm like, yes. So it's a lot of like work and setup and preparation for this one, but I'm hoping because we've got it all done now, it'll be easier in the future. And I think having to do it all on a short time frame means that I actually got it done. You know, ADHD brains thrive on tight deadlines. But yeah, I'm picking everything up from the printer this week. Gwen got a call from the police. No, it was from the city. They're going to be testing the weather sirens. Oh, that's awful. When you're like, oh my god, the police. Oh, okay. It's just the building. It's fine. It's just the city. I don't even know how well you guys can see what I'm stitching right now, because I'm stitching with a very pale blue on a pale gray. But I love this 20 count. I have 20 count black. I'm gonna do some of the Witchy Stitcher tarot cards on them. They're gonna be so like tiny and crispy. Excited. And let me tell you, the urge, because Moon, they're the same person. Moon is doing Unseelie on 20 count Ada, 1/1 full cross, which is how I'm stitching this one. And I'm really enjoying the process of this, and I'm like, maybe I could do one of my full coverage patterns that I bought and then never did. And I'm like, no. But maybe, but no. But maybe, but no. I like new starts too much to take on a years-long whip, I think. But maybe. No, Toot is not doing Unseelie. I feel like Toot would perish. I don't know. Toot did a really big full coverage. It was like 35K. Hard pass. Chelsea says it's a very slight color difference. You can see it more when there's a shadow than when the light is on it. Oh yeah, definitely. This is 747 that I'm stitching with, by the way. It is one of the lightest blues there is. Practically white. Then it says, I'm not at the point of full coverage yet. I still keep making mistakes enough that I would ruin one. I mean, first of all, it's not ruining. It's putting your own personal twist on it. If you make a mistake, you can... Nothing is unfixable in cross-stitch. And little fudging stuff, that's how we make it ours. So no, you wouldn't ruin anything by making a mistake. Alright, but it has been an hour already that I've been talking at you. So we are going to go for a little break. I am going to check on Early, check on Glenn, check on everybody. I'm going to run a 3-minute ad. You're not going to miss anything, so we're just going to go... Ooh, stitch break. Alright. Alright, my friends, I will see you back here in 3 minutes. BRB! Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good little break. I was just checking in. Everybody's okay. Riley's still here. Snuggled up with me, my little bun. Welcome back. I hope you had a good little break. I hope you have restocked on hydration. And that you're feeling good. You're feeling cozy. One says, Keeper the Drowned only has 76 stitches left. Ooh, gonna work on that because that would not be a good lunch break stitch at this point. Yes. 76 stitches, that's nothing. You can bang that out. And Charlie's full coverage method is full cross. Hey Imp, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. Luna's already shifted their Infinity Bear design enough that you just did extra stitches and hope for the best. Did you have off-brand floss? Yeah, I wouldn't go with off-brand floss. Like, I know a lot of people use CXC and stuff, and it is cheaper, so that is a big consideration. For me, I find that the DMC is worth it. I do occasionally use fancy flosses, and I haven't noticed any, and the Weeks Dye Works I find is a little bit more difficult to work with than DMC, but the other ones I haven't noticed any differences. It says I'm now shopping in Infinity Bear's Etsy. Did I link to Etsy? Because I think I think she has a website as well. Yeah, if you like celestial stuff and cats, Infinity Bear is definitely a good shop for you. Thank you for the command, Toot. Luna's an influencer now. I love this piece. But I'm like, I'm only 50% of the way through, and part of me is like, how am I only 50% of the way through? It's because I did all of the outlines of everything, so it feels very filled in, like it feels like a cohesive piece, but I still have to fill in all the elements. But I'm glad that I did all the outlines first, because there is so much less counting now. Like I can just pick an element and fill that in. Like today I'm gonna finish the Tamagotchi. Today I'm gonna finish the Game Boy. I mean, to be fair, we've had a long-standing relationship with Amanda. Yeah, that's very true. Although, if you guys, I don't know how well it shows up, the individual stitches, but so I was working on this purple, this 211, and there's little dots of it elsewhere in the pattern that I didn't realize were there. So I filled in all of this, and I like filled it in, and I hit the button. I expected to see 0 on Pattern Keeper, and it was like there's 13 stitches left, and I'm like, where? Because I was looking for like a chunk of color, and no, so I had to do all of these like 13 confettis like individually. And I traveled between every one. Welcome back, Julie. Ben says I love filling patterns in coloring book style. Yes, it's so satisfying. And these ones are so tiny. I get cute aggression over 20 count Ada. Really got other bits, but they didn't have the flowers. Gonna try a different shop later. Ooh. I got some new flowers for Springtrap's enclosure. You can kind of see them on the camera. I mean fake flowers, but... I wanted to give her a little bit of something in that back corner. Alright, so that finishes that in the Game Boy. I still got some thread though, so I'm gonna hop over. I'm gonna do what I need to do in this sword, which is missing its hilt still, but it is a sword. Sword. You want to get carnations because they're basically your default, and you might get something else to fill the space too. That's a carnations. Like a lot of people are like, oh, carnations, they're kind of like a basic thing. I love carnations. I think they smell incredible, and they come in so much variety. However, we are not a cut flowers kind of home. We have enough allergens living in our house. Two, three. Working on these very light fill-in colors on the gray is a bit difficult. I might have to do some of the darker colors. Because I was like, oh, I'll do all the like the highlights and stuff in white, and I can't really see them until I do the colors around them, so I keep almost stitching over them. There are mans outside working on the dryer vents, but don't worry, Gigi's doing a protect. Yes, we've had mans working on the dryer vents for a while, for the last few days. A bunch of the vent covers on our building are no longer there, they're uncovered. So birds moved in, and our supers contacted some wildlife people to relocate the birds instead of just crashing the nests. Which is lovely, so we are happily putting up with the inconveniences so they can get the birds relocated. One says, my last apartment had these absolutely gorgeous lilac bushes and stargazer lilies just outside the door, and anytime I came or went I was deceased for a few minutes. Oh, I love that. Growing up, we had a lilac tree in our backyard, and like, if you know lilacs, they bloom for like a minute. You get like maybe 3 weeks of good flowers, but those 3 weeks, oh, everything smells so good. All right, so I did that. That in. Colorfully Sarah is very talented as well. Like, I have to say, I really love her patterns. They're really intricately done, well balanced. And the only thing is that I can tell that they really started as pixel art before cross stitch, just because of the number of colors and the amount of like confetti. It's really interesting how you can tell when something started as like as a pixel art and then was translated into cross stitch. Oh no, Charlie's got a bobcat in the backyard. Oh no. Maybe you could go and ask if you could ride it though. Toot says I'm allergic to cats, grass, and maple. Yep. And by deceased, I mean deceased. Your eyes and nose just noped out of existence. Oh no. It was pretty and it would smell good. I had an uncle when I was growing up. Actually, the aunt that I keep mentioning who stitched things for me, her husband. And he loved plants. But they didn't really have much of a backyard. So he just stuffed the front yard with all these plants to the point where you couldn't get to the front door. His was very much like you have to go to the side door house. So to get to the side door, you had to go up a ramp because my aunt was disabled, so they needed a ramp to get into the house. So it was like this long ramp up to like this big patio, and then you went in the back door of the house. And the entire ramp and the entire patio was just full of planters. Like all these incredible flowers and plants and like, oh, it was so cool. Like it looked like barely controlled, overgrown. It was overgrown but not chaotic, if that makes sense. I loved going to their house. That was the first place I ever used a computer. He was a very early adopter of technology. He used to send emails to my mother completely in Latin because he was a Latin teacher. That was his profession. But yeah, just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous plants. And because my aunt was disabled, she would like invent things to help her around the house. So she had this pair of like grabby tongs that like extended. They had like the diamond shaped thing in the middle where they would extend so that she could get stuff out of the top shelves of the cabinets. And I think of that all the time because I am not a tall person. And I will occasionally use tongs or things to get stuff off of the top shelves, or at least pull them forward so I can reach them. And yeah, I always think of her when I have to do that. Toot says I have to actively remind myself that I do not have a green thumb, and especially this year, any plants would 100% get taken out by Glenn. Absolutely. It would be a Glenn massacre. He would not allow those plants to live. Not out of malice. Just out of, like, pure, I really want to know what this thing is-ness. The boy is Jack Skellington. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What is this? What is this? I must snoof it, and I must sit on it, and then I must snoof it some more. Maybe I'll eat it. Is it edible? I don't know. Let's find out. That's his show on the Discovery Channel. Is it edible? Let's find out. Yay, Luna. Good job. Anyone else? Meds check if you haven't taken your meds yet. Let's go. Because, we all must be focused for the party this afternoon. I know I keep mentioning it. I'm just really excited. I've been really excited for this. I think it's going to be so much fun. Alright, so I did, you can kind of see it. I did fill in the frame and then a little bit of the the shine on the Game Boy there. So I'm just gonna fill in the rest of those colors. I can fill in, I have those. I had those. I had those. They were on my desk. I think they are somewhere not on my desk now. Pearls? Hi, I know. It's okay. What did you guys do with the floss that was on my desk? Oh goodness. Well, that may be a mystery for another day. Or at least after stream when I can do some digging. Hi Earls, welcome back. Hi. Yeah, here. You can be on stream. Well, Daddy does a quick check for floss. Okay, I'll have to do a more thorough search. What did you guys do with them? You took off. Heck. I have to be much more careful, I guess. Ooh. That's a stress. So I found my mouse was here. I found it on the ground on the other side of me, to my left. So I have no idea where that floss could have ended up. Okay. Resetting, resetting, resetting. Okay, we're good. Okay, what is next? What colors do I have is the question. Do 3747 and fill in, because then we can get most of this controller filled in. Maybe when Monkey actually starts behaving like an old cat, maybe then I can get plants. But I'm also not ready for monkeys to start behaving like an old cat. Yeah. Yeah. Gigi has been acting a bit peepaw-ish. No, Gigi's fine. He's still young and active and spry. He's not an old man cat. Look at the way he plays with the bibis. Toot's renaming the Pokemon SVGs we got last night, and they're reaching the point of, I don't know, that green fairy thing, and Pikachu 2 electric rat baloo. Oh no. Yeah, we picked up some SVGs so that I could make Pokemon stickers from the Cricket. So something like this. Like this I did on the Cricket from SVGs that we got on Etsy. But the pack we got last night, they're in folders that are just like labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Without telling you, I found it. It was under my coffee mug this whole time. That's a relief. Okay. Phew. I'm not going to do this color. I'm going to do the other color. Yay. The only thing about working over one, not over one, but with one strand on this piece, the coverage is great. I love the way it looks, and I really love the like the sensory of stitching with one thread. But if I'm just picking it up, I always forget that I'm stitching with one thread and I automatically start with two. It's like that's just how I stitch. I stitch with two threads. Right, two. And I know there's a way to do loop start with a single thread. I just haven't looked into it very much because I don't really feel like I need it at this point. Okay, so Tamagotchi, where are you? You're over here. I'm gonna do my buried start, reburied start. And it says I always stitch with two because you loop start. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of stitching with an even number. And your stocking keeps catching you off. Oh yeah, are you doing one of the dimensions kits? Because the dimensions kits, it's like, do this in two strands, do this in 3 strands, do this in 5 strands. I had one that was like, do this in 5 strands, and I'm like, what? No, we shan't be doing that. Oh god, this is such a long thread. I have regrets. I might have to cut this thread shorter. Yeah, Dimensions Gold. Yeah. Yeah, I found that when I was doing a Dimensions kit, that I kept having to like check every single time I started a thread how many strands I was supposed to use. Early fur. Yep. You're working in 3 and there's a color next to it that is a blend with 2 that you questioned starting at a craft night. Saw the blend. Decided to do more of the color I've been doing. Blends I find actually aren't all that hard. They're just a little bit annoying, I find, to... like, if you don't use the entire strand, to, like, keep that thread. Because you'd have to, like, create a new, like, bobbin or something for it. Yeah. That's the most annoying thing about working with blends for me. The actual stitching I've been fine with. And what you've been doing so far is only a half stitch. So is that the background of the scene then? The issue that you have is everything is on floss drop cards in the pack and the colors aren't different cards with the blend. Yeah. I ended up bobbinating my Dimensions kit, and it helped quite a lot. Because I was able to put them in order. Because the colors on the floss cards that come with the Dimensions kits are not, they're not in order. And they should be in numerical order. Like, they've got numbers on them, just put them in numerical order. Or put them in color order. At least, and then I know if I'm looking for a blue, go for the blues, but no. Toot has reached that yellow and black rat thing that isn't related to Pikachu. I'm honestly trying to figure out what that could be. Is it one of the Minun and Plusle? Emolga. Ah, yes, the flying squirrel one. Alright, what are we doing here? What's going on, guys? What are we— I have too long of a thread, that's what's going on. Oh, Jesus Christ. What have I done? What am I continuing to do? Luna's heading out to the farmer's market. Have a good one, Luna. Thanks for dropping by. Enjoy. Get some tasties. Is it rhubarb season where you guys are? Get some rhubarb. Love me a rhubarb pie. Oh, that just shredded. Okay, cool. I have no idea what's going on right here. Which means cutting this off. God. Yeah, welcome in, Dan. Sorry, that sounded like really sad, like I was saying, oh, welcome in. The was about the thread.
Back.
Hi, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. And Ferris, welcome in. Luna doesn't have a ton of rhubarb in their area. Yeah, it might be a local thing. I know it grows here pretty well. We are coming to the end of rhubarb season. It is blueberry time. Now is the time for the bloobs. Nobody has to know. No one who's gonna know. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. Then this thread gets wrapped back up on the bobbin. No one's gonna know. How are you doing this morning, Ferris? You do love bloobs. Everybody loves bloobs. Dan's been doing yard work. It's got hot out there. Yeah, it was hot out yesterday. We went and ran errands, and I don't go to the outsides. The outsides and I are not typically friends. And I kind of forgot how much hot weather affects me now. And like, my god, I was sweating like a pig in, when we were going through Walmart. Awful. Chile was really hot last week, but this week it's just been rain. And you're doing paintball tomorrow in a oh no. That's just gonna be a mud run right there. Good luck. It's gonna be fun though. If you're in junky clothes anyways for paintball, like, might as well enjoy the mud run. Oh, mud is your nightmare. Oh no. Barry says, hot weather didn't used to affect me that badly, but the Wellbutrin and Adderall med combo makes me very susceptible to overheating. Yeah, sometimes the meds do be doing that thing. I was on Welly B for a little while. It did not work so well for me. But I'm glad that it's working for you, because I know a lot of people have found a lot of success on that. Come on, get in the hole. Muffin says the heat wave is over and we're back to our usual rain. Nice. The meds help the brain meats function. Yes, we love functioning brain meats here. Me and my homies. I think my meds just kicked in like maybe 20 minutes ago. So you guys got unmedicated DH for the first part of the stream, along with the Glen Chaos. But yeah, first part of the stream I was talking about the FFO party. And what I've got prepped. I have all kinds of stuff here next to me. I've got fabric, I've got lace. Yeah, I've got lace. I have lace. I have twine. I've got foam core. I'm ready to go. Lady K is impatient for Fruit Bat Summer to start. Yes. Med's good for brain meat. Sadly, no good for temp regulation. Yes. Gwen had warms that were surprisingly comfortable in the shade with a breeze, and then it stormed the other day, and now we've shifted into perma muggy. Oh no. Summer storms are great when they actually cool off. Otherwise, it's just like, I go outside and I go, But I am very grateful this year, because if you guys have been around for a while, you might know that our last place did not have AC that functioned very well. It would get up to 30, 32 C in our house, in our apartment, in the middle of winter, because of the heat from the other units. We have working AC now. It's so nice. Like, it makes such a difference. Like, we didn't realize how much of a difference it was going to make until we had it. Oh, it's so good. We can actually we can actually temperature regulate ourselves. It's amazing. Ferris hasn't had the energy, time, memory to get anything for FFO. Yeah, I've been preparing for it for like 2 weeks, because I knew that if I left it to last minute, I would have nothing. Yeah, I was showing off. I can show you guys, because I don't know how many people were here at the beginning of stream who did not see. But Jemima got done. So Jemima might be a finish. I'm gonna see if I can get like a little like oval shape going on. For that, I might wait until I get the Cricut out, and that way I can like cut a template that I know is gonna be a good oval, like an actual oval, instead of just trying to freehand it, which could end in disaster. And then I have this one that I already started, my Safe Space pillow, which has this absolutely gorgeous rainbow fabric on the back. I love it. So this one just needs to be sewn up there. I love this fabric, yeah. And I had to buy a yard of it, so I have a lot of it left. So I think Pride finishes in the future, you're going to be seeing a lot of this fabric. I have this, which I can't show you guys. That's going to get FFO'd at the party, which I will not be able to show you guys. Yeah, well, we went to Michael's and I checked out the new fabric selections. And yeah, you have to get a yard of everything. The prices weren't bad, but it was still like the... So the things that are getting FFO'd today are the Cozy Alien Quaker, Goblin Coffee, this one, which is an older one, I'm kind of excited to see this one finish because it's gonna look really nice and crispy. Like I'm just gonna do like a foam core flat finish with like a little twine. This one is gonna be so fun. So this is going to be the lid of this box. I'm going to do the box in black with like a red pom-pom. It's going to be so cute. I'm very excited for that. And then I'm also going to be finishing Goblin Coffee. So that's the lineup. And then if I do have time, because I think the hangout is going for 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. I will go down and grab Toot's moths, finish the moths, because I went on a bit of a finishing spree already with like everything that we had that could go in a frame or a hoop. So now I'm doing all the flat finishes. That was not Goblin Coffee. No, it's St. Skelly. Did I say Goblin Coffee? Oh heck. No, this is the parish of St. Skelly, which Toot stitched. And it's not showing up super well on camera, but there are like glow in the dark ghosties. And there's Pastor Blaha, and these are the Seed Broom sisters. And then you've got Cozy Bob and Sweaty Bob, and Toot the Drink Goblin. So, yeah. And this little Seed Broom sister, who I haven't named yet, but she's based on Moon. And of course, Toot the Drink Goblin is Toot the Drink Goblin. And then Pastor Blaha is from Ghost Church on Sunday mornings. And then, of course, you guys know the Bobs. So yeah, that's part of the ongoing series of St. Skelly. We got a couple more coming out. Toot's going to be stitching up a mini of one of the residents. So each of the residents has like a mini version of them as well. So you've seen the Drink Goblin, you've seen Tiny Bob and Cozy Bob and Sweaty Bob, the mini versions of them. So yeah, I have a lot of fun building my little town. Once I finish the Seed Broom sisters and Leshy's daycare, that I'm going to start branching out to like the non-human society and the bookshop. Yeah, that's my little town. But I got all kinds of stuff. I got twine. I got ribbon. This burlap ribbon is so pretty. I don't know if it's going to focus on it. Look at that burlap ribbon. That's so cool. I love it. I got it from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has a great craft selection. Like, I find that Dollarama has a lot more stuff that's like geared at kids crafts. But if you're like a crafter, Dollar Tree often has more stuff, more specialized stuff that you might need. Yay, Tamagotchi finish. One more stitch. Yay, Tamagotchi finish. That's the first completely finished motif, other than these hearts, which they're super tiny, so I don't know if I really count them. And this controller's almost done. I just need to fill in the D-pad. I find that this project goes by really fast too. I don't know if it's because you get like a bunch of little tiny wins, but I like that. I like those patterns that have little tiny wins. Like, I'm just gonna stitch. I don't have to stitch the entire piece. I'm just stitching a Tamagotchi. and then I finished Tamagotchi, and that's like a little tiny finish. Una Buena Piazza patterns are good for that too, where it's just like little motifs and you can just finish one and it's like, yes, I'm done one. This is the thing. Complete. Daiso is full of temptations for craft supplies. We don't have Daiso up here. I think we have something that's similar, but they didn't really have a great crafts section. They had like some pretty decent paper craft stuff. But it wasn't like super tempting. I also had a washi tape moment for frames and oops. To like decorate frames and hoops with washi tape, and that worked out really, really super well. That sounded sarcastic. It was not. It did work out super well. Okay. Just do not. Gwen says, I really should get Una Buena Piazza back on my radar. I love her patterns. She's also interesting to follow on Instagram, even though her posts are in Portuguese? Question mark? Portuguese or Spanish? But yeah, I love her stuff. I've got Toot did one of the garden patterns, which are like they're like 200 by 100, so they're long and narrow, and it looks so good. It's like, I think, rainbow garden. We've got a bunch of them. I've got dinosaur garden, I've got under the sea, I've got space sky, and what else do I have? Did I already say night garden? I think night garden is the next one I'm gonna do, and I think I might do it on the 20 count. Black Ada, because it's gonna look so tiny. Although I might do dinosaurs on it. I'm not sure. I haven't decided. I don't know if I'm like dinosaured out after Dinosaur Forest, but I don't know. I've got the pattern. I don't really have a desire to stitch it right now, and I don't know if I will, and I feel kind of guilty about that because I really wanted the pattern. So we'll see. It would, however, be a fine addition to the bird wall. A fine addition to my collection. Farrah says it'll be there when you want to do it. Yeah. Yeah, it might come around to it. But those patterns are also good for little tiny finishes because there's the motifs are even tinier than this. Like, they're super tiny. Definitely inspired this month's Patreon mini pattern, which if you guys were watching stream on Thursday, you would have seen it. But it's little rainbow dinosaurs. Just like a little tiny, it's like 50 by 50, I think, turned out. Keeper of the Drowned finish. Let's go. Let's heckin' go. Congrats. Keeper of the Drowned was my first pattern in that series, and I'm so proud of it. I'm proud of the subtle brick on the with the backstitch. I'm proud of hiding the secrets. I was really proud of that one. That one was interesting because it started as a much larger piece. So those landscapes, they're 62 by 62. And I'm keeping all of them 62 by 62. But it started off as a much larger piece with more... Oh, heck, there's backstitch. Sorry, yes, there's quite a bit of backstitch on that one. With more, like, landscape. So I had the rocks going down, and I had, like, a whole parking lot and everything. And I was like, I don't really need this. So I scaled it down, and I think that's one thing that I found myself doing a lot, is I'd create a large canvas and then feel like I have to fill it up when I can scale down the size of the piece to the elements that I have. Because one thing about my design style is I try and think of the finished piece for the stitcher. So, like, will this be easy to frame, basically? So I kind of look at, like, okay, so this would be, on 14 count, this would be 4x6, this would be 5x7, this would be, and then 8x10, and then I look at, like, how the motifs fit in there, and I'm trying to be better about going for the smaller option when the smaller option makes more sense instead of just trying to fill the space. Hey Siri, welcome in. You're going to be counting 12, 14, 3, 6, 7. I'll show myself out. Right. That. We have another almost finish. I need to do the D-pad again. Are the D-pads the same color and I just don't have that color? Is that what's going on? Also, my gripe with this pattern is in the name. It's called Retro Games and there's a Switch. Switches are not retro. I will accept Tamagotchis and a DS as retro because, like, I think technically they fall into that. However, a Switch is not retro by any stretch of the imagination. You have a very large piece of 18 count Ada that you need center your stitching on. Can I offer a suggestion, Siri? Fold it into quarters and mark the center instead of counting. Unless it's already on the scroll frame. Says my issue with the DS is that I think it's a 3DS and first gen DS would be more retro. Yeah. Look, I'm trying to, yeah. But then you won't know if it's really centered. But like if you fold it into quarters and then quarters, it's exactly the center of your fabric. Switch is nearly a decade old. Ugh. God. Really, I'm withering into dust as we speak. Just crumbling. Alright, and now there's more of this blue over in the sword. DS is from 2004, which is almost as old as my oldest. So the technical definition of vintage is anything over 20 years, which puts us at 2006, which is horrendous. The Switch is older than our marriage? Not the Switch. The Wii is. The Switch came out after we got married. I swear it did. Did you say your child is retro? Oh my god, the Switch can— oh, I feel I'm just crumbling into dust now. Maybe I need to take back the Switch is not retro. Who says I love causing the DH brain to short out? You did. I'm sitting here glitching. Marco says he might be vintage. I'm definitely vintage. Like a fine wine. The Switch is not old. Toot is spelled T-R-O-L-L. Alright, where do we go next? Speak to me, oh pattern. Where are we going next? Where is the next closest motif that's in this color? Oh, it's way up here into this other Tamagotchi. It's worth the jump. Hey, Earl. Toot is eating spicy mango. Toot found these like dried mangoes with like a spicy tahini type coating on them at Walmart, and she loves them, but they're spicy, which she doesn't love, but she also loves them, but they're spicy. PlayStation 2 is older than your marriage, and the GameCube was released the year you got married. Speaking of, you guys want to see the new controller I got? We're almost done stream. Might just show you guys my controller and wrap up. After I rethread this. So, Toot encouraged me because it was on sale, and I've been using a wired controller for a really long time, and I've been playing a lot more games. So, hi Earls. Or Scritchies for Earls. Scritchies for Earls. Oh god, that's gonna fall. Okay. Scritchies for Earls. So Toot encouraged me to get this wireless controller with a charging dock. Look at it! And it's rainbow. I can make it turn different colors. Like it could be green or blue or red. Green. Purple. White. Rainbow! And it's got vibration, and it's got like so many programmable buttons that I keep accidentally hitting. Because I tend to death grip. Very gamer of you. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I like the GameCube style controller more than the Nintendo Pro controller. Yeah, so this is my new controller, and it came with a charging dock, so it just sits right here on my piece, on my table, and then I play Palia for 2 hours and go, but maybe Palia stream sometime. Oops, I'll Palia stream. All right, we're giving early some loves. We're giving early some loves. But it is just about noon, so it's time for me to wrap up. Balatro when? No. Marco says GameCube is superior for claw gripping. Yeah. And I definitely claw grip, for sure. Alright. Speaking of games, I saw the Summer Showcase releases on Steam. You've added a whole bunch to my wish list. Yeah, they keep having sales that are very specifically coming for both Toot and myself. Which is alarming. There is a section in our Discord for talking about games. It's not often used as much as the crafting, but if you're in the Discord and you want to share what you're playing, if you did see a good sale and you want to like share some games that are on your wish list, absolutely you can come hang out in the Discord and do that. Also, you should join Moon's Discord. In about 2 hours, we're going to be doing the FFO party. I'm so hype. So a little shout out for Moon as well if you would like to follow her and join her community. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up there, I think. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. I love our Saturday morning Stitch with Me's. It's so much fun. I get a lot of stitching done, but mostly I get to hang out with you guys, and that is great for me. So not next weekend. There's going to be no Stitch with Me next weekend because next weekend I am we're going to be at the Keymat event on the 13th, but the weekend after is the weekend after the 23rd, 21st, 20th, the 20th of June. Moon is going to be joining me in the morning, so we're going to be doing a fun little joint stream on June 20th, so definitely come back. Otherwise, I will be back on Monday for co-working, and Toot returns tomorrow for Ghost Church in the morning. So if you guys don't already follow Toot, she does no commentary gameplay of spooky fun games. We've been playing our games. I just did the Bugs Bunny meme, but nobody could see. What was I saying? Yeah, she's playing Hades 2 on Fridays, which has been incredible. And strong word. It's a community game. It's a shared experience. We're playing. Okay. But all that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Check out what's new in the shop. Check out the freebies for Pride. We have some more Pride themed stuff coming up this month that I think you guys will absolutely love. Yeah, let's find someone to raid out to. So let me just pop up the raid message here. If you are subbed, please copy the first message, which includes our new emotes, courtesy of Miko. If you're not subbed, please copy the second message. And let's see who's online, who is around, who's doing things. Alright, we are gonna go hang out with Nightmare Gem, who looks to be stitching. Can't tell if it's cross stitch or embroidery. Either way, gonna go hang out. So I'm gonna start the raid now. So my friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you in the coffee shop. I will see you in the Discord server. I will see you in my office that is empty of children in 2 hours for Moon's FFO party. But most importantly, I will see you in my heart. Alright. Bye guys. Bye bye.